is where I had my retirement party, Trevor.
Are those new?
Yeah,
I
I got some new kicks.
I like them.
Cute, right? They're super comfortable too.
Very cute.
From
Go ahead and say something for me.
good morning. I got to get my Nikon out, my camera like that. The last time I used it was in Africa,
Are you
2019.
gonna keep your glasses on?
Well, no, I'll take them off. Yeah.
It's rolling too, by the way.
Oh, it is? Oh, good morning.
The best.
Welcome to
scenes-
Gnome on the Go.
There you go. The best scenes are the ones where people don't think the camera's rolling.
Yeah.
And she don't know that I recorded most of our conversation on this in the car.
And she was driving like a maniac.
I didn't. I was on my best
I told
behavior.
her she
Were
did good. She did good. Yeah, she did good.
Thank
So-
you, Trevor. You're the first person to say that.
Yeah. I mean, I love the way she drives. You just got to hold on. We have one friend that's like, she's not
Well,
prepared for it. Yeah.
So, state your name, walk them through who you are, what you do, and what this company is.
Got it.
And pace yourself. There's no rush here. This has got to be edited down anyway, so.
Okay. And I'm looking at the camera the whole time.
You cannot look at me. You've seen plenty of interviews.
Okay. All right. So I'm Justina Davis. I'm CEO of Gnome on the Go. And Gnome on the Go is the ultimate travel companion, not only for children, but for adults. It enables you, if you want, to track your travels around the globe and collect flags as souvenirs from every place you've been. You know, people like to have mementos of places they've been, and this enables them to collect flags. And we have a display case as well that the flags can go in, so kids can see where they've been and aspiring travelers where they want to go.
Now, what inspires someone to travel? Is it their first trip, or maybe like one trip that changes their life? Like, how does it work? Because you got a travel bug.
Yeah.
You got bit by. I got bit by a red tick before, but you got.
Never that for me. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you got bit by a travel bug.
Yeah.
Walk them through how you get I guess, I won't say obsessed, but kind of obsessed with traveling.
Yeah. So someone once said to me that, like, travel is, it's like a choice, right? But for me, travel is part of my lifestyle, who I am. And how I got bit by the travel bug is I have family in Holland. I'm half Dutch and half Sicilian. And my family in Holland, when I was a little girl, my parents would let me fly over there and I would stay with them for a couple of months, try to learn the language a little bit, play with my cousins, and just experience a different way of life there. And there's so much history in different parts of the world. So that was my interaction to travel. And we camped a lot. We went to the KOAs when I was a kid and camped out. My parents had a pop-up. We didn't have a lot of money growing up, but we would travel from Maine to Florida, and we'd come down to Florida in the summers, or in the winters actually, and then we would spend the summers in Maine. We did that for many years. My dad was an artist, and so he loved to travel and he liked to paint on location. So I was surrounded by that understanding of just experiencing, being curious, exploration, being adventurous, and that is why I love to do it now as an adult.
So why turn this into a business?
Well, interesting enough, I'll share with you how it came about. My business partner and best friend Alexa and I went on a trip with another great friend, Julie, and we decided to take a Virgin cruise in Spain, Italy, and France. And I think it was like a 10-day cruise.
Yeah.
So I decided that I was going to bring a gnome. And don't ask me why. I don't know why. I just thought it would be funny. So I got this little gnome, and he happened to be naked, and we named him Skippy. And we took pictures with him all over the ship, and people would come up to us and they were like, "What's up with the gnome?" And we'd be laying out by the pool, and he was in the lounge chair next to us, and he'd be drinking cocktails, and he'd be at the bar and at the nightclub, and tons of people came over and interacted. They were curious. They wanted to know why we had the gnome, why we were using the gnome. And I thought, wow, this could be an awesome idea. What if our gnome, we could do a kid's version of the gnome, like Gracie and Gavin, right? And what if they could track the travels in their backpack with an Apple AirTag, and they could collect flags? So I used to have this big board in my house. It was cumbersome, it was heavy. There were magnets on it. So if you ever moved it and the magnets fell off, you'd had to figure out where you'd been before. And I thought, instead of shot glasses and collecting little spoons, why not collect flags that say where you've been? And so we customized flags with our product, and I thought this would be cool. We came up with the idea. We wrote a children's book called The Adventures of Gnome on the Go. And everywhere in here, I've either been or Alexa has traveled. And in the back, there's a travel journal rather, so that kids can capture where they want to go and the experiences of places they've been. And we decided, we came up with the name Gnome on the Go, and then we created the adult version of it as well, which would be a lot of fun for adults, especially solo adults, solo travelers. They are kind of nervous about traveling alone. They don't know how to start conversation with people, meeting new people. And so we came up with our male version of it. He's kind of cool. And we also have a female version that will come out later to go to market for us.
So overall, in your travel experience, was one of the things that you take with you that you take with you going to these places and then leaving these places?
What's the main things that I take away?
Yeah, I tell people, keep an open mind, keep an open heart.
Yeah.
Anywhere you go, don't think you know everything, that kind of stuff. But clearly you travel with intent.
Yeah, I like to experience adventures. My last trip was to Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And for me, that was life-changing. I went with two great friends, Rich and Sanini, to go to small villages. The little kids were yelling, Masungu, Masungu, and that means white. And many of them had never seen someone with my skin color. And my ability to interact with them and high-five them and see their smiles, and it's really life-changing. I was 10 feet from a silverback gorilla. I got to whitewater raft down the Nile River. Those are things you can't experience in my backyard. And the people you meet leave an impression on you. You learn a lot from them. They're humble, they're kind, they're so appreciative. These are third world countries where poverty is prevalent, and they don't know what we have here. They don't get to see all this. They don't have TVs. But it's amazing to see how people are really blessed with very little, and they don't know what they're missing out. I live in an affluent community now here in South Florida, where people have a lot in excess, and they're still not happy with what they have. So it's humbling to learn how much you really need in life to be happy. But for me, my experiences in travel is what's really important. It teaches me everything. Keeps me humble, teaches me what's really important in life.
I walk them through how people can utilize this or implement this in their everyday lives.
Yeah, so what's great about it is it's not a niche product that you only take out at Christmas time and use. It's a product that it's a travel companion. So no matter where your kids are going, if they're going to the park and they want to take pictures with their gnome and they want to post pictures of it, in the backpacks, as I mentioned, they hold an Apple AirTag, and this enables you to see where they're at all times. So from a safety perspective, it's something that parents can use. You can use it or not, it's up to you. But it's a great option to have, and then it also enables you to track your travels and keep track of where you've been. And then the flags, these are blank flags here, but we have all of the names of every state in the United States and the top 100 countries in the world traveled. And the great thing is the way we've designed these flags is you could write on them with a Sharpie and put sporting events that you've gone to, or bachelorette party, or anything that you really want to capture on here, you could capture.
So the gnome is supposed to go everywhere with you.
You can take it anywhere you want. That's the nice thing about it. It fits right in a backpack. It's easy to travel with. They're made of a material that, is very, very durable. It won't break. And, for me, I've got some trips coming up. I'm really excited to take it with me and get people engaged in it. And we want people to post pictures and videos on our website and share their travels. And then I think it's a cool thing where they could be able to maybe connect with other travelers that are in the same area that have Gnome on the go with them too.
So this is going to be a gnome community thing.
It's a Gnome community. That's what we want to create. Yeah. A Gnome community of inclusivity, a community where people share their adventures, where kids can meet new friends who speak different languages. And I mean, think about that. If you're a little kid and you travel to different parts of the world and experience things, that might really shape who you become as an adult. And your desire to maybe live in other countries and learn different languages or travel from state to state. There's so many incredible places to see in our country. I'm excited. I've got an RV. I'm ready to take Gnome on the go in the RV and travel to different parts of the country this summer.
That's hilarious. In a good way. In a good way.
Yeah.
Top 3 places that you believe every kid should visit, from 5 to 15, 15 to 20.
Yeah.
And then, I guess we'll get to the old people at some point. But
Yeah. What do you classify as old, Trevor?
I stopped counting.
Yeah. So, I just went on a 10-day Virgin cruise with
Again?
my mom.
Oh, okay.
In January of this year.
Told you she dropped
And my
the
mom's 87 years old, and
wow.
she was the oldest one on the ship. And I will tell you, you wouldn't have known it. Her name is Frances, and we call her Oma. That means grandmother in Dutch, in Holland. And I don't know. I just don't think there should be a restriction. Like,
So people there's no limits, is what you say.
yeah, like, you know what? And if you can't physically do certain things, that's okay.
Yeah.
Just getting yourself out there to explore and experience it, I think is so important. I'm on dozens of solo traveling blogs, and I hear all of these, primarily women, but there are men too, who've either gone through a divorce in the, midlife, or they've lost a loved one, they've lost their spouse after 30, 40 years, and they want to travel, but they're scared to because they've never really done it alone. I love the idea of Gnome on the Go helping solo travelers feel more comfortable traveling and engaging people. If I go sit at a restaurant and I put this on my table, I guarantee you multiple people are going to come over and ask me, what's up with the Gnome?
We've got to take this thing to a bar or something.
Yes,
Just
Tonight, yeah.
to
Tonight.
see
Tonight,
the
for sure.
spirit to the
Yeah.
test. You're like, oh, let's see.
We got
Oh,
plenty right down the
Yeah.
street. Yeah.
This will be interesting.
Yeah.
This will be interesting.
So it engages people. It's a good conversation starter. But
And what's his name?
whatever you want to name him. We haven't really
He
come up with
doesn't
a
have a
name.
name.
What should his name be?
I don't know. We haven't come
Yeah.
up with a name.
The kids have names, but
the kids don't
Yeah.
have to call the kid gnomes Gavin and Gracie. They can name them. That's on our website too. You register your gnome,
Yeah.
and it's a whole separate little page.
Gnome registration. That's
Yeah.
a thing.
It's sort of like,
Yeah.
remember Cabbage Patch Kids? I don't know if like you're young, but Cabbage Patch Kids.
Yeah, I know what cameras. I ain't that
Okay.
yet.
So it's sort of the same thing. You can register your gnome, and then there's prizes and stuff.
And the prizes are.
So you would have to post on social media like where you've been and things, and we'll come up with like the best spot or the best picture every month, and they'll get something. I don't know.
Yeah.
We
We'll get him a
figure that
golden
out.
flag.
Yeah.
I've got a golden
The
ticket.
golden ticket.
Right.
Golden ticket.
Is there anything else at this moment in time you wanted to know? Because I'm just picking your brain. I'm picking
Yeah.
at you right now just to see what we need to fix.
I don't know.
What did
Would it be better if she and I are sitting like next
We'll
to each
do
other
both
too?
of those
Yeah.
things because I got to talk to her separate. So
Yeah.
I'll give you some feedback.